Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Another thing is happening very strongly. Remember, some few hours ago, there was supposed to be a court hearing, a ruling in United States, one of the courts in United States, concerning the issue of the subpoena of Bola Tinubu. Atiku Abubakar has moved for CSU, that's Chicago State University, to release the documents in their custody, especially the ones that Bola Tinubu used to gain entrance, gain admission into the school, and many other details. Well, it looks like the results is beginning to yield results, and what they are saying, this one is very tough. But let's find out what it is. As if Chicago State University has denied knowledge of Tinubu's certificate. Let's find out in the details. But before we go into the newspaper, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the right subscribe button. Beside it, you see a notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Well, according to the news, a U.S. court has adjourned ruling on the subpoena application for Bola Tinubu's records from Chicago State University, that's CSU for acronym. Now, after the institution denied knowledge of a certificate the Nigerian president submitted to the country's electoral commission, INEC, to run for office. Let's continue. Report has it that the CSU lawyer, that's Chicago State University lawyer Michael Hayes, told the court that the school was not in a position to authenticate. I repeat again, the school was not in the position to authenticate the Tinubu certificate as either fake or genuine. He said that the school's administrators would not be able to certify the certificate because they just don't know. They say they just don't know, so they can't authenticate if it is original or fake because they just don't know. Now, where Tinubu obtained it or how? They don't just know where Tinubu obtained that certificate or even how. Yay! Now, Hayes also admitted that there were several contradictions in Tinubu's certificate, including the date it was issued and the name of the school president as at that time. Is the diploma authentic or is it forgery? They asked. My client can't answer yes to either of those questions. Mr. Haynes said at the hearing in Chicago in the lawsuit brought by Atiku Abubakar, Mr. Tinubu's main challenger and the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, during the February 25th presidential election. Now, Atiku Abubakar filed this suit to compel Chicago State University to produce records relating to Tinubu and make its top officials available for deposition to certify the produced records. Now, Abubakar's lawyer said the documents and depositions are being sought for use in the Nigerian Supreme Court, where the final battle of Tinubu's election is now headed. Now, Alexandra de Gramont, who appeared in court for Mr. Abubakar, that's Atiku Abubakar, said, Your Honor, we don't know whether the Nigerian Supreme Court would be receptive to the new evidence or not, but we just want to be able to present the new evidence to them from Chicago State University, Mr. de Gramont said. Now, he also continued, said, we already have them, that's the document. What we are seeking is CSU's, that's Chicago State University's authentication or their explanation for some of the discrepancies. Oluwole. Now, Tinubu's lawyers represented via telephone conference by Christopher Carmichael, said Abubakar was on a fishing expedition. They noted that the previous statement of Chicago State University to affect that Tinubu graduated from the school were enough. Okay? Now, Carmichael said there was no need to produce further evidence or place the school's official under oath to speak to the authenticity of Tinubu's certificate. He said the proceeding would only fuel online trolls because the Supreme Court won't accept new evidence even if produced. Now, Bola Tinubu submitted the certificate to INEC on June 17. For some of us who don't understand where this started from, he said Bola Tinubu submitted the certificate in June 17, 2022, claiming it was issued in 1979. Okay, that's where the problem started. Now, Personally, I don't doubt if Bola Tinubu attended that school. I think Bola Tinubu may have attended the school. But let's continue anyway. They continued. They said, now Bola Tinubu has submitted the certificate to INEC on June 7, 2022, claiming it was issued in May 1979 and signed by Elnora Daniel. However, it was now discovered that Miss Daniel did not enroll at Chicago State University until 1998. That is 19 years after Mr. Tinubu was supposed to have graduated. Now, furthermore, she left the school in 2008 due to a financial mismanagement scandal, the same person here, now which occurred 14 years before June 2022, when CSU, that Chicago State University, issued another certificate in Mr. Tinubu's name. Now, the issuance was prompted by a subpoena from a Nigerian lawyer who had raised questions about Mr. Tinubu's educational background. Now, these contradictions and other discrepancies led Mr. Abubakar to file a lawsuit compelling the Chicago State University to provide records related to Mr. Tinubu's educational history. Nigerians have been screaming everywhere on social media concerning this. In no particular order, let's just feel the pulse of Nigerians on this. But my take, this one is just personal. I could be wrong. Okay, I stand to be corrected. I strongly believe that Bola Tinubu attended Chicago State University. I believe, I may be wrong. Okay, I believe he attended. If he didn't, he would never be bold to lay claim of a certificate he never attended. I think he did. Now, but the question now is, people are wondering, what certificate did he use to gain admission in Chicago State University, and why is he not bold to tender that same certificate in EC8 form, INEC EC8 form, where in the educational sector, educational background, he didn't mention, okay, I attended so-and-so primary school or so-and-so college, then proceeded to CSU, that Chicago State University. Instead, he just literally went straight to Chicago State University. And a lot of Nigerians are wondering, before you get admission into university, you have what we call basic qualification you must obtain to qualify to gain admission. Where are they? And that's where Atiku Abubakar is heading. In fact, he's going there. That's where he wants to hit. Okay, but now, in the midst of all of this, there was not the certificate discrepancies of the date in particular. This one here is showing June 22, the other one is showing June 27, the same year. But, schools don't make such mistake. The same date is always issued, unanimous. Now, the signature also, the chancellor, the administrator that was supposed to be there in that particular year, or the year you obtain it, there are also discrepancies in the signature of both certificates. There was one from the subpoena, a Nigerian subpoena, a Nigerian lawyer also seeking to know the background of Bola Tinubu, and the one Bola Tinubu submitted that was actually floated online. So you see, the whole issue is dicey. And even the CSU needs to also be very tactical and careful also to protect their school and their name. So it's a very strong one. Now let's feel the pulse of Nigerians very quickly. This is, even if the evidence is not accepted by the Supreme Court, at least know the truth. Let's know the truth. Let the truth be known that Tinubu did not attend. I feel he attended, I stand to be corrected, but I feel he attended that school, because it's unheard of to be bold to lay claim of a certificate which you didn't get in an international university. Well, I stand to be corrected. Let's be